The governments of China, Iran, Russia, and North Korea are very different states, but they do have a couple things in common. First, they're all trying to build their own spheres of influence. When Russia was part of the Soviet Union, it controlled much of Eastern Europe and Central Asia, largely thanks to its vast wealth, energy, technology, large military, nuclear weapons, and seat on the powerful UN Security Council. But after the Soviet Union fell, many of these countries left that sphere by joining the NATO alliance and European Union. Ever since Vladimir Putin took power, he's been destabilizing and even invading countries who are considering doing the same. Iran's Islamic regime, meanwhile, has wanted to become the most powerful in the Middle East ever since it rose to power in 1979. It used oil wealth to fund militias and amassed thousands of missiles and drones in order to influence and threaten its neighbors. North Korea's first leader rose to power in the 1950s after a war split the Korean peninsula. And since then, he, his son, and now his grandson have built a massive military and nuclear weapons arsenal that they threaten to use to conquer South Korea. Finally, the Chinese Communist Party has been vowing to take over Taiwan since it rose to power in the 1940s. It built itself into a superpower with vast wealth, a large military, nuclear weapons, and a seat on the UN Security Council. But it's expanded its ambitions to wield influence across all of Southeastern Asia. The second thing these four have in common is that the US has been thwarting their plans. It's been arming its allies to block these countries from expanding their influence, and they all hate it.
In many ways, the most powerful glue between those countries is their shared animosity of the United States.
Andrea Kendall-Taylor is an expert on this new axis. Despite sharing an enemy, these four states weren't really all that close until the last decade or so, when the US began unleashing a powerful economic weapon.